Hi, Tamily. It is time for our 69th Ask Tamily interview. And today we are interviewing Charlene. She just joined. Her Instagram handle is Char's Fit Life Fun. So if you don't follow her, go follow her now. Well, not now. Wait till after the interview. Okay, so I'm just going to connect. Hopefully our test just worked fabulously, so hopefully this works. Yay! Hi! Okay, and you can hear me okay?
I can, yes.
Fantastic. Ooh, I love your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
One of our fellow Tamily designed that one, right?
Yes, from the Pacific Northwest.
Yes, Mary. Okay, so, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Folks that are just joining, I am here, Nicole Hay Holmes, interviewing because Suzanne has to work. Hopefully she'll join the chat though, and today is our 69th Ask Tamily interview, and we're featuring Charlene. And yeah, let's just get going.
Perfect.
Okay, so our favorite question to start with is when and how did you start the Tracy Anderson method?
So I found Tracy Anderson back in 2011. I was up late one night watching infomercials, and there she was promoting this exclusive workout for women's bodies only, and how it's going to tone and tighten, the smaller muscle groups. And I'm like, I don't know about this. But I did some research, and I've done some other workouts before and they didn't do what they said. And so I did some research and took the test on her website, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm very much hip-centric, so I ordered the method, and I did the method, including following her diet for all of 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I ordered Thai food because I was like, I can't do this diet. At the time, I was working 70 to 80 hours a week, and it was insane.
Yeah.
So I did the 90 days. I did dance cardio, the method, and I had great results with it. But the entire time, I was like, this lady is crazy. She's a Nazi. I can't do this. She's nuts. Like, look at all these crazy moves. So I decided to completely walk away, and that was a bad move on my part. And I did other workouts like Insanity and totally ruined the work that she actually did in those 90 days with my body, especially my thighs and hip area. And then I got so frustrated over the years, and one day in February 2014, I dusted off the DVDs, and I didn't look back. Yeah. So I just said, nope, she works. I'm going to work through these difficult moves, and we're going to make it happen.
And just make it happen. So, so you came back to it in 2014, back to Meta, right?
Yes.
Or did you do continuity? Okay. Or wait, no.
No, I started all over again. So I did Meta, hip-centric, and then I moved on, and I did continuity, and then I jumped over and did glute for a little bit, and then obviously year 3 came along, and about month 5, I was so tired of the band breaking. The band was just, getting tangled up, and there was my last workout with continuity where the band snapped and hit me in the face and had this huge red mark, and I said, forget this, and I grabbed my free 2-week streaming, and I joined, and that was about 2.5 years ago that I joined streaming, back in June of 17.
So kind of right after it started, right? I always get my dates wrong. It started December 2016, or was it 15?
I don't remember I think 16 maybe is when it started.
So about
because 16. I had the free code from one of the Tava DVD.
Yeah.
I think it was 16, but yeah. I was like, no, I'm gonna finish what I started, and
And you went into streaming, and there's no band to smack you around.
Exactly. Although this year, one of my resolutions, which I'm not going to quite make it, was to kind of finish what I started, which I've done some other things in other areas of my life, but I did jump back last month, and I did go back to month 5, faced my fears, and I finished month 5. So, and it's still a very effective workout.
Oh yeah,
great. Yeah.
So let's see. So you went through all that. So do you do dance cardio still? You did it back in the beginning. Are you still dancing? No.
I have to say, yeah. I absolutely hated dance cardio. But it was part of the method, and so I did it. Cursing the whole time, right? Like, I totally hated it. I do not have rhythm. And I even, like I said, I bought the Tava DVD. I bought some of her other DVDs. There's one that's like the 10-minute Method Express dance cardio where she cuts it up. That actually is, sometimes I'll put that in and do that just because it's short and it's easy to follow, and she goes through all the moves so you understand every step. But no, the 1 hour Attain is usually like plenty. It's enough. I take my dogs out for a walk and I get, more other kind of workout. But I think, Attain it's cardio, honestly. Like, your heart rate gets up. Yeah, so
that's all we need. And, as we age, gracefully, maybe walking the dog, which I do the same thing. I do cardio every once in a while, but I mean, I love it. I would like to do it more, but walking my dog seems to be good for my formula. So, Attain. So you're back to streaming now, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And you're tackling Attain?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
This week is interesting. And, I've actually been kind of low on energy this week. So Thursday, when Attain came out, I only did the first 45 minutes and did not try to tackle the double weights. And yesterday, I was so low on energy. I said, no, I'm just going to do some stretches, take a day off. So I took a rest day. But I got up this morning and totally did Attain, loved it, whole new perspective on it, and I'm like, what was I thinking? And it's almost always like that, right? The first day that you do a new class, you're like, I hate this, or I'm not clicking with it, or something, but it's usually by the second day is when you start feeling it a little more, and then you're like, okay, I'm having that mind-body connection, and I'm getting it, so. And I usually try to stick with one class for the week. I don't like to bounce back and forth. And I like to give each class like at least 2 tries before, if I want to move on to something else. Like I did fundamental last week when Attain wasn't up, the new Attain wasn't up, and there was no way I could go on for the week, so I was glad Attain came in because it was really what I needed. But for the most part, I try to just stick with it for a week.
Stick with it, yeah. Yeah, it's good to, I think Tracy said it one time in one of her little mini Vitality chats post-class, like sleep on it, right? If it seems like it's scrambled eggs in your brain, sleep on it and come back to it. And she's so right.
She is. I know. It's like, I don't know why I question it. Like, yeah. I mean, like, oh, I hate this, or, I'm not going to do it again tomorrow. But no, definitely. Yeah, I love coming back and, okay, give it another try. And yes, it just clicks.
It just clicks, yeah. So are you doing the Spotify versions? Do you have Spotify? Are you using, do you use your own playlists?
No. I listen. It's kind of funny how there's this big controversy among the Tamily with the whole music, and I'm like, half the time, especially for probably the first 2 days, I don't even hear the music, honestly. I'm so focused on what she's doing, and then other things running in my mind, because it's my therapy sessions too, right? It's kind of where I work things out,
Yeah.
So by the time I really hear the music and decide if I like it or don't like it, I don't even bother. I'm like, whatever. I'm not here for the music. And I also figure if I can do 3.5 years of continuity listening to the same music repeatedly, I could suffer through anything.
that crazy, kind of synthesized DJ, I don't know. Were we meant to listen to that the whole time?
I don't know. I'm like, why why did I torture myself with that music? And it's so funny because when I put the continuity DVD in and the music played, it's like, oh gosh, flashback, you know? It was,
boom! It's like that
the constant.
I don't even know how to explain it. It was, somebody got her hooked up. So you started, you went away from it, and you came back. So what results have you seen, like from the beginning, then kind of what did you lose, and then what did you have you come back to?
Oh, okay. So, the infomercial was absolutely right. So if there ever was a correct infomercial, it was Tracy Henderson's continuity and the body type for women, right? A workout design just for us. And I very much carry my weight in my lower body, my hips. And I have inherited the saddlebags or thunder thighs or whatever you want to call it that, pooches out. And nothing worked. But within the first 90 days of Meta, it totally trimmed down and pretty much lost all of that. So I lost a good 2 to 2.5 inches from doing Meta hip-centric. To the point that I even had my mom and neighbors ask me what did you do to get rid of this, to get rid of your thunder thighs? And then of course when people found out that I had to work out, they're like, oh yeah, never mind. Right? Yeah, you're like, I just wake up like this.
You can't just develop that stuff off. It just doesn't work.
I know, right? Yeah, there's no lotion that you can put on this. It doesn't make it go away. And then, unfortunately, like I said, when I did kind of go away from the method and I tried Insanity, I have an athlete's body and I have a lot of muscle potential, and I just blew up. My thighs, I gained more than the 2 inches back, my quads, my thighs, and just was not the look I wanted or the look I was going for. And then I did other things too, the whole kettlebell, right?
Yeah.
Which that was even worse.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I doing all this stuff that's going to bulk me up, which is the look I don't want? Then I got an elliptical, so I did so many other things that completely destroyed the 90 days of her method until I came back. And it's interesting because when I came back to it, same results pretty instantly. Probably within the first 30 days, I trimmed down. And from there, I've been able to, maintain that, 2.5 inch loss in my thighs. Obviously, more rounded and lifted rear end. I've always been gifted in that area. And I have killer abs, which is awesome. It's all from Tracy. So, and something else too, since I joined streaming, people ask me if I have noticed a difference or, difference in my body. And I don't so much notice more the physical because I'm at a point of maintaining, but I do notice just how my body, I have more strength and, tackling the whole headstand move, last year, around Christmas time, right, is when she came out with it. It was a disaster for me. I kind of did it, but not very well. But then when it came back again, I researched it. Okay, how do you do the tripod? Okay, great. And I can totally do it. And I'm like, this is what we're doing this for every day. It's not so much of, oh, I want to get rid of, this extra here, or, my quads aren't as tight as I want them to be, or whatever. It's more, I'm doing it for the inner part of it, and more, not just the physical aspect of it, but also the emotional and then the overall just core strength. Like you said, as we age, it's super important to have that strength.
Yeah, back, core, and that inner strength too,
Yes.
Which you kind of build up as we get older. We kind of relax into ourselves and, become our own person, I guess, find ourselves, whatever. But this just kind of helps us. It's like a pat on the back every day, right?
It is. It's so funny. So one quirky thing about me and my family, we don't make our beds every day.
Yeah.
Some people say, I feel accomplished for making my bed. And I'm like, I feel accomplished when I work out for an hour.
Yeah.
that's my bed making, right? It's like, that's my focus and my target. I have bigger things to worry about than what does my bed look like that no one's going to see.
Yes, exactly. Little life perspective right there.
Right.
So what's your routine? How do you work out first thing in the morning? Do you kind of just fit it in where you can?
I find it best just with life being hectic, right? We're just pulled in a million directions. So I find it easiest to set my alarm at 5 o'clock and kick myself out of bed, get dressed, and come straight into my room and work out. Yeah, it's what I have to do. If I don't do that, then it's never going to happen. So, like, for, I don't know, the last few months, it seems like I've taken every weekend off because in my mind, I'm like, oh, well, I'll have a relaxing morning, I'll drink my coffee, I'll do all this stuff, and then life gets hectic and busy, and I never come back to it. Yeah. So, like, this morning, I just got up, got dressed, got on the mat, put the work in, and I feel so much better doing it. Like, I am so energized when I do my workout early in the morning. Yeah. I may not be energized during it. Trust me, there are plenty of what I call zombie workouts that I've done that it's like, okay, put the arm here, and put the arm, you're just like kind of going through the motions. Yeah. But you feel so much better when you do it, and you feel so accomplished, and you have, a lot more energy throughout the day.
Yeah, it definitely sets the tone, a morning workout. And I'm the same. If I don't just get it done, get something done, the likelihood that I'm going to come home after work or even on a weekend and do it in the afternoon.
Right. Yeah.
You just get into your routine, which is good. So, set the tone for the day. So on the days that you don't want to do the Tracy, what's your inner dialogue? What do you say? How do you stay motivated to keep at it?
Usually I just force myself. There's not really much of a dialogue other than get your butt out of bed, get dressed, get on the mat.
Hashtag ass on the mat.
Exactly. And sometimes I convince myself, right? Like I'm negotiating, like there's a third party or something. Mm-hmm. And I tell myself, you know what, just do arms. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. You did arms, now you can do the first 3 leg moves, and that's enough, that'll be fine. And then before you know it, you're pretty much going through all of it, right?
Yeah.
But then, like I said, I do improvise a lot. I do, sometimes I really work, this method has also taught me to listen to my body. So if I'm just tired and exhausted, instead of really pushing all the way through, like I said, the first day of Attain, 45 minutes, that's a pretty darn good workout. There's no need to push myself further when I have a 10-hour day at work and family stuff for the rest of the day. So there are days that when I'm really, really not feeling it, I do reset the alarm for 6 o'clock and sleep in,
Yeah. I mean, it's that balance, and you know what's going to work for you. And this is, I think about it all the time. It's like, it's like putting money in the bank, right? You put in enough days, or you put in enough, your day off, your 2 days off, even your week off, vacationing, eating all of the burritos is not ruin the result, right? Because you're going to come back to it, and it's like, we all drink the cool.
Yeah, it's part of life. It's, it's like Tracy says, it's everything else that you do, you incorporate it in your life. It's like brushing your teeth, right? Yeah. Or taking a shower. If you go a day without it, not a big deal. If you go a week, okay, people might not like you, but, you're still not going to lose your overall health. But, but to go a lifetime, no.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so interesting that you said earlier that, people noticed your results, and you said, I did this, and they're like, oh, working out? No. That was, something that Tracy touched on at the last Vitality Week was, that, oh gosh, somebody's coming to my door right now. I think it's my boss. Literally, this is ridiculous. I think he knows I'm talking to you, though, so I'm not going to answer the door. This has never happened before. I don't know who it is. Are you okay if I answer the door while you answer?
Let's just say hello.
Okay. What is something you've learned from Tracy? And I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, Tamily. Let's take over here. So, oh my gosh, something I've learned from Tracy. To have to answer just like one thing that I've learned from her, that's pretty tough. But I have to say, just to wrap everything up in one thing, it would be that the workout itself isn't what we're doing. When she tells us to put the work in the difficult work, it's not just about the physical part and the results that we get physically. It's, I've learned that it's the whole mind, body, and soul. It's physical strength, it's emotional strength, it's mental strength. And she's taught me that it's our bodies, it's all encompassing, right? And that it's something that it's not something that we can skip out on when life gets hard or difficult, because life throws punches. And when she tells us to put the work in, she doesn't just mean our workouts. She means like our lives, like our relationships. And I can't tell you, like, yes, I'm a woman of faith, but at the same time, we're humans and we're physical, right? And we have physical needs, and we need to feel, and we need to feel something good in a moment of bad when life throws those gut punches. And, we've had a lot of gut punches in our family over the last few years, and I got to tell you, there were days that I did not want to do life. Like, I just wanted to lay in bed and just be like, pull the covers over. I don't want to face it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't, and then of course the last thing I wanted to do was be physical and get on the mat. But like Tracy has shown, even through a lot of her life gut punches, right, that like it's so important to do something for your entire being, for your mind, your body, and your soul. And I've had some like real therapy cry sessions on the mat where I've forced myself to just get on the mat, push play. I'm going through, and then all of a sudden I just collapse, and I'm just like crying, and why is this? But it's so great because you feel like you're cleansed after, right? So I think she's such a great example of just how to just live life overall. Yeah. And that it's not like, I think there are other trainers that's what they focus on is their just body and, oh, look at me, and just, and look at the results you can get. But when she talks about results, it's everything. It's physical, it's emotional, it's, the mind, body, soul aspect of it. And that's like the biggest takeaway that I have from Tracy, and that's what has kept me with her all these years and not moving on, and what I get also out of the community as well. It's just that connection. Yeah.
So well said. So well said. I mean, that's what this is all about.
Yes.
The Tamily. That you just like encompass the word Tamily.
Yes.
We need this defined in Merriam-Webster. That's what it is, I mean, and that's what she talked about in her, recent, or I guess it was yesterday, day before.
Right. Yes. And
vulnerability. Yeah.
Right.
And she talks the talk, right, and walks the walk. That's what makes this so amazing. First, well, she's real. We're all real. How are there so many women in one community that are real with each other?
Right. Right.
This
and
is
we're not. Yeah, and we're not afraid to be real, and and it's great. And there are so many women that are just encouraging and uplifting, and that's what I love about what Tracy is about, and what she alludes to, like all of us, like just be your best you, and be supportive, and be there for others, and lift each other up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well said. just like yeah, so well said. So if anybody is in the chat and you have questions, I scrolled through, I didn't see any. But if you have questions for Charlene, post them now. It's hard to go to segue from something so profound and wonderful like that to like another question about like logistics. So do you have any tips for traveling while doing TAM while traveling? I know you travel for work.
I do. Oh. That's another one where, okay, so what I do when I get to my hotel, because I usually travel alone, so that's so much easier. So I get to my hotel and I just scope it out. I look at the room and I say, is there room here to perform my workout? If there isn't, most of the time there is. So I prefer to do it in the room. If there isn't, then I do look at the gym, and I've had to do that a couple times, which is a whole other thing. Not very pleasant, but I just do it and focus on my workout. But one thing, like, you just have to improvise. Trust me, I have run out of the house, not had like any of my gear with me. I've used bottles of water for my hand weight,
Yeah.
But just do it anyway. It doesn't matter if you don't have your weights with you. If you don't have the mat, I've pulled the bedspread off the bed. Actually, that was my latest one. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot my mat, I forgot my weights, I forgot everything. But it's still such a very effective workout, and it's good to get it in. And I would also say when you're traveling, it is hard because your schedule is just completely off. You may not sleep well. So don't feel bad in those moments to do like the start class, even if you do attain all the time. Like, just get something in or get one of her quick 10-minute workouts in.
Yep. Yeah, Google the Gwyneth's arms or something. Do something. Right.
Yeah, just something. It just makes you feel better and I think more at ease when you're traveling as well.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what it looks like some days, right? I mean, some days, if wear your freaking pajamas. This morning, I needed to do something to burn off my nervous energy. And so I'm like, okay, I don't have time for attain or whatever. So I did like low impact cardio in my pajamas.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't care.
I've done that before too. I'm like, well, I don't have workout clothes, so okay, my pajamas, and it works. That's total absorption, or I don't even know what the term is, but you just do it. Just do it. We're a freaking Nike commercial here. Right. We are. Seriously.
I mean, yeah. What's your favorite thing about the method? We may have already covered this, but...
my favorite thing, is all of you. It's the Tamily. It's having the community and the support. Because to be honest with you, like when I first started back in 2011, I didn't join any kind of community. So it was easy for me to just be like, I'm not doing this anymore and just walk away from it. And it wasn't until I rejoined in 2014 that I found like the Facebook group and joined there. And it was so great to just kind of check in with people and see what other people were doing, just even, not just the workout itself, but even in their lives and eating habits and all that kind of stuff. So through that, just connecting with Tamily and having a couple great meetups, that's been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So just all of you guys are great. Keep me motivated.
Totally agree. Okay, so I think I see a couple questions here. We have to scroll sideways, and you'll have to go through. Hopefully Instagram will save the comments. Okay. So it doesn't, but scroll through because there are so many hearts and so many wonderful comments. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have so many questions. I'm so excited. Okay. So, Hannah, I saw... so Danielle asks, where do you live?
Oh, I live in Beaverton, Oregon. So it's a suburb of Portland.
Do you know Beaverton was an answer on Jeopardy? Jeopardy, I don't know if you watched Jeopardy.
I heard that.
Yeah. Stars Beaverton was an answer the other day. So you live just right up the road from me. And we don't see each other nearly enough, but that's nice.
I know.
We got to get together. Okay, Hannah, most difficult TAM move or moment?
Oh my gosh, just one?
Go ahead, all of them.
It's like every time there's a new class, like every time I would level up in continuity, there would be like a difficult move.
Yeah.
But you know what? Honestly, for me, like the difficult move that for me is I call it that starfish side plank. Especially when she does you got to rest your leg side and then kick up and try to balance everything. That's been one that I have progressed and worked on. So I think it was last week it came back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do it now.
Yeah.
So it's like over the years, the whole like actual balancing the side plank, and I call it the starfish.
It's totally the starfish. Yeah, it's the that is a hard move. I would challenge anyone to try that. Of course, we can do it, but like when they say, "Oh, Tracy, that's easy," you try and do this, man.
Yeah, right.
All you CrossFitters and Insanity. That was the workout, right? Yeah,
it was. Yeah. Yes.
Aggie posted a comment in here. She was totally into Insanity for a while too, I think is what I read. So
right, it's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so Alexandra, hi girls. Question: What's your favorite Tam move? There we go. What's difficult, and now your favorite.
Okay, my favorite one is the one. She kind of has a version of it in this week's Attain, where you've got the one leg kicked up and resting, and then you kind of kick out and back in. I don't know why I like that kind of swing move. I don't like the side starfish plank, but I like that, you're resting and then you kick out.
And then you kick out, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you notice when you first started doing those moves that you would like you have to like really grip your abs or else you end up like moving around? Like
right.
You kind of migrate down the mat a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. It's probably why I have pretty good abs, right?
Exactly.
I've learned to redistribute, my weight.
Yeah. That's the other thing about this. We figure these things out. We move. I think that's probably part of the reason we love it so much is because we're being asked to just follow somebody who's not telling us what to do. I mean, we can all play a video game, right? But physically, we have to move. A little bit of my mimosa is on my lip here.
No, we're not judging. We're just jealous.
Anyway, it's fantastic. Okay, so Tracy said we can do it naked if we have to. Now, that would be interesting. I've heard of naked yoga. That would be can I do this workout naked? Of course I do alone, but that would be an interesting challenge.
It would be. We might get some abrasions places we don't.
Yeah, I don't want to do that last week's Attain where you kick your legs up and around and rip your butt cheeks off. That's so hard.
That burn.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, that's the question I have. People don't talk about it because we're but for newbies, your elbow burn and your knee, the dry, scabby skin that you would get, that goes away, folks. Because I don't have it, but it's real. It's mat burn. So, Fit Sasha would like to know, what is your biggest motivator?
I have a visitor too.
Oh, that's
come here, buddy.
Come and say hi. Hi. How are you?
Tamily. Hi, Tamily.
What perfect timing. Hey, buddy. I'm in my workout room, but it's also our multi-purpose room, and it's his cartoon watching room.
I also play with my friends.
You do play with your friends in here, yeah.
Logan.
Yeah, and he works out with me sometimes. You've probably seen him in my videos.
Yes.
So actually, you know what, buddy? It's perfect timing because what is my biggest motivator? These guys, my children, my family. I lost my in-laws within 11 months of each other the last few years, and it's it's pretty much lifestyle, and I watched them go from being able to do things to not be able to get out of a chair, right? And so, and then just seeing the health, like where my parents are and everything, and I'm like, I want to be strong, and I want to be able to do things when I'm 70. And when this guy says, "Hey, Mom, come, go on a hike with me and my kids," I want to be able to do it, and not hold them back, and just no, you're not ever going to go on a hike?
Nope.
he hates when I take him on hikes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe like just a little hike, like a little Silver Falls hike.
That's fun. Remember we did that?
Yeah.
We did that. This guy last year did the entire. It's nearly 9 miles. Yes. It only took us 5 hours, but we did it.
That's amazing, and that was uphill. You go down, and then you go up. Yeah.
Yep. And we played in the creek. Had fun, right?
Yep.
All right, buddy. Can you give me some time? Thank you.
Yeah.
Say bye.
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 Like, oh no. That's funny.
Welcome to the Tamily. Welcome to the Tamily, folks.
Hashtag Tam Kids, right?
Exactly.
Go, buddy, please.
Okay. Let's see. Starfish Plank, yes. Oh, Tampa Suzanne's in the house now, folks.
Oh, hi.
Hi. She's working today. I don't know if I said that. I think I said it in the test, but she has to work today, so I'm here. So we talked about cardio, we talked about the routine, and, Suzanne's like the part with this where I have to look at my list, and we kind of just covered this, what's important to you in your life that you'd like the Tamily to know.
Yeah, we did kind of cover that, but, going back to what I talked about, what I learned with Tracy is, about putting the work in with your relationships, right? And obviously my family is they are the most important thing to me. But I do want the Tamily to know, my marriage comes first, right? My marriage is very important. And, we went through a rough patch and didn't know what was going to happen. And during that time, I just thought back to how he made my dreams come true. We were married probably, about 9, almost 10 years when I finally told him, my lifelong dream of adopting. And we had a biological daughter, blessed with our daughter, and he wanted to expand the family. And I just, one day I said, "Hey, we got to talk. I don't want to have any more kids." And just the heartbreak, on his face. I'm like, no, listen, I want to adopt. And guys, in less than 24 hours, he was like, "Are you serious about adopting?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let's do this." And that little boy was our dream come true. Yeah, totally,
That's good. That's giving me
I'm like, so that is my passion, my purpose in life. I walk alongside other people. I help them. I answer questions, about adoption. Because when we went through it, we were clueless. We didn't know where to start. We didn't know anything about it. We just heard the horror stories, and oh my goodness, you got to mortgage the house. Not true. So great experience, and yeah. So if anyone ever, sidebar, if anyone ever thinks about it or has questions, message me.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. That's something, makes me a little emotional.
It does. I know. Me too. Especially when I think about it. Now, I do think about it a lot, and he knows. But I'm like, how could anyone ever say I don't want him?
Yeah.
I don't want this child, and I'm just. I'm like, well, I'm so glad he's mine.
Yeah, it's almost like you're glad somebody said that, because this beautiful soul in your life. Yeah.
Yes.
I think we've met twice in person, and I never knew that, and that just gets me.
Oh.
I don't know that if we did, then I am in total ding-a-ling.
No, I don't think we talked about it. No.
I don't think we have. Yeah.
No.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What's your husband's name?
David.
David. Well, maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll get to meet the kids and David.
Yeah, meet the family. We're close enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're kind of getting to the end of question. So I want to do like a little speed round at the end if you're okay with it. I'm gonna do a little Gail King here.
All right.
Oh, Fred, I can be Gail. But first, so what does your Instagram handle mean? We added this question to our list because it's just an interesting, we choose this kind of, not alter, but how did you choose it and what does it mean?
So, it's funny because I only joined Instagram because of the Tamily. Like on the Facebook community page, everybody was doing Instagram and posting their workouts, and so I got an account in like 2016, and it was a different name at the time, and I didn't use it at all. And then I think, okay, when I started streaming, I started using the account, and I switched it over to Char's Fit Life Fun because I'm like, this is all about my workout, my being fit, and splashing in other areas of fitness that I do and things that I enjoy, like the hikes that I talked about. So You'll see, waterfall pictures and just, some random life that I have splashed into it as well. But I just thought, it's, this is my page. This is what it's about. It's like, it's about my fitness and it's about my life and the fun that I have and the things I'm able to do because of my workouts and my fitness.
Yeah. So I haven't done that yet. I have a separate Instagram that I never even go to, my Nicole Holmes, whatever. And then I have mine that I call the Sinstagram. But do people ever message or say, what are you doing? You're posting your workout. What are you
Yes, I forget that I have non-Tamily members following me as well, and that sometimes I'll get a random message with, damn girl, your abs. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm like, I forgot you were on here. Or a friend of mine who's like, so I don't check Instagram a lot, but every time I do, all I see is you working out. I'm like, yeah, it's my workout page, I'm like, go to Facebook if you want life, or call me or whatever. But yeah, it's my workout. So, and it's really cool because I've actually had a couple of non-Tamily members, more than a couple, have messaged me and reached out and said, okay, you've inspired me to do something. Yeah. And I usually encourage them, I'll give them one of the, not even the mat, there's for beginners workout, and I'll direct them toward that if they want to try Tracy. But we all know Tracy isn't for everyone, especially for someone who has not worked out most of their lives. Mm-hmm. So if they don't like that, I just encourage them and I say, thank you, obviously, that, it means a lot that I inspire you to do something. So my advice is just pick something that you like and focus on that. And something that challenges you and that just gets you moving. It doesn't have to be what I do, but yeah. So it's been pretty fun and interesting, and definitely shocking when non-Tamily members reach out and oh my goodness.
Yeah. I think I need to merge my accounts. I'm moving towards that feeling and maybe not post my workout every single day. Which, do you ever feel well, do you post? You don't post every day. You don't. Do you film?
I post usually once a week. There was a time earlier this year, I decided I was actually going to do my own 100 days of TAM challenge, and every single day do a Tracy workout, even on my rest days, and do even if it was one of the 10-minute Method Express workouts. So I didn't post every single day, but pretty close.
Yeah.
And that was a lot. I was no, it's too much. It's it's very time consuming, obviously.
Yeah. How do you balance? This isn't one of our questions, so I might be throwing it out there. But how do you balance that social media, the connection with the out? You have.
Yeah, you can get totally wrapped up in it, right? In this world that's kind of like an ongoing sitcom, right? Think about that. Like, my daughter just sat down and Netflixed Friends and watched every season in like a month, not even. And I'm going, wow, like, that was 10 plus years of our lives, right? And so social media is very much like that. And I actually just kind of took a step back and realized, like, I've been on Facebook for a decade. And in that decade, there's been so much that has gone on, and it's completely changed, and I just needed a break from the noise. And I actually took a little break from Instagram as well. And it was nice because my relationships became a lot more intentional. Like, if I wanted to talk to somebody, I would text them or call them, or message them instead of just a quick note on Facebook or something, and think that I'm connected, because it does give us that false sense of relationship and security of, oh yeah, I know this person. It's like, no, you really don't, right? Yeah. So yeah, things became more meaningful. But I've found a balance. Like, I totally missed the Tamily, and just like, I still was working out, but I wasn't recording and posting it. So now it's like, okay, I've come back, and I do, usually 1 or 2 a week, depending. I don't record the entire session. I'll pick 1 or 2 moves, record that. Sometimes I'll do like maybe the first 5 or whatever, and just only take maybe like 10 or 15 minutes to do quick edit, post it, and that's about it. Like, not spend so much time looking at it and focusing on it and being like, oh, what do I look like here? Is my roll hanging,
Right.
Yeah. So.
Get it out there. Connect. It's about connecting, really. It's about like, that energy. You are part of the energy, whether you're posting on Instagram or not. If you're part of this Tamily, you're part of the energy. Our friend Kathy, who is 70 plus years old, is still doing PhD. I really want her to start posting. I don't know if she's.
I do too. Like, Tamily, we have this amazing woman in our community that you guys like don't even know, but she's so awesome, and she's 70 and she does attain. Okay, so we're trying to convince her to post,
and she has the most amazing story too. She used to work out with Jane Fonda, for crying out loud.
I know. What? It's like, oh my gosh.
We need to get her. Even if we just do, maybe I can get her in for an Ask Tamily, even though everybody will be like, who is this?
It'll be your introduction to the Tamily.
Yeah. Okay, Suzanne's here. Hi, Suzanne. She's back. Or she was always here. I don't know. Okay, so we have about 12 minutes left. So are you okay if I do a quick little speed round?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It'll be like 1-word answers. I don't even know how long this is going to take. Okay, so
I'll try to keep to 1 word.
Okay. What are you drinking?
Tea.
What's your favorite pizza topping? It's not 1 word. That's okay. That's okay.
I like cheeseburger pizza with
yeah.
mustard instead of sauce.
What? Craziest thing I've ever heard. Where do you get this? Do you make it at home?
When I was in college, I worked at a pizzeria, and pizza gets boring, so we totally came up with, we put mustard, we wanted a hamburger, so we put mustard on the dough, and put, of course, cheese, but then hamburger meat, and onions, and don't get grossed out, cheddar cheese,
that's okay,
and slices of pickles.
Yeah!
It's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna make cheeseburger pizza in your honor. That is fantastic. I am so glad that came up in our I don't even care that it wasn't.
I'm weird, okay.
Not. That is totally. I think the other, Gina answered this question in her interview a long time ago, and it was some gourmet, like with lemon slices on it, I think, which looked. But cheeseburger pizza is happening in this.
Now I'm gonna have to make one.
Okay, we need like the recipe. We just need we don't even need a recipe. We need the process. Like, here's what you do. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm so glad to know
gosh.
How about favorite movie to make you laugh? Pass.
Pass. I don't know.
What's the last show you binged, or have you binged a show recently?
When Calls the Heart.
Oh, yes. Perfect day in one word.
Sunshine.
Yes. That was my last one of the speed round, and that's fantastic.
Yay. Good, because I still don't have a favorite movie that's come to mind.
Well, if you think of it, he post it later, well, it's exciting. That was my speed round. Okay. I don't know if that really worked, but it worked for us, yes.
How to Make an American Quilt.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite 80s movie?
Oh, stop. The Goonies. Was The Goonies in the 80s?
Yes.
I love that movie.
Fantastic. Okay, Lisa says you need to post your... Lisa is from Salem.
Oh. Yes.
You need to post your cheeseburger pizza recipe. Maybe we need to get together and make cheeseburger pizza.
Oh my gosh.
Let's make it. Our next meetup is going to be cheeseburger pizza.
Yes.
And a little bit of wine.
Of course. What wine goes with that? Any, right? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're getting close to the end. I'm going to scroll through just to make sure I didn't miss any questions. But is there anything else you'd like to share with the Tamily while you're here chatting with everyone?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. You guys have been so great. I just, you all motivate me. I love going through and just seeing everyone. And, one other thing that I've learned from this journey that we are all on is that we're all different, right? But we have this one common goal. And Tracy brings us together. And it's great. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank all of you for just being part of this awesome community and helping to encourage me and push me forward to continue, when I don't want to, and to be there for meetups and stuff. So that's always been pretty fun to do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for, it's good to connect, and we have this, like I said, we have this common energy, but
yes.
Connect with people is fantastic, and I feel like we connect. I think that's why the Tamily feels not, people say cultish, but
right.
it's just like we could go to, Latvia, for crying out loud, and stay with Alexandra, and she'd be totally fine with it, and she would be
right.
who we think she is. That's the thing.
Because we're real. What I think for us, it's what you see is what you get. There's not a lot of filters, really, at all. Sometimes not with our words either, but we're real. We feel and we express, and then we encourage, and
Yeah. Yep. So fantastic chatting with you.
Oh, it's been great.
I hope we get to see each other again soon.
Yes, definitely.
But we will see each other again soon.
Yes.
So this interview will be on Instagram for another 24 hours on my feed. And then if you're okay with it, we'll put it on the YouTube channel so people that have missed it get to see it. Thank you so much. Love you. Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Let's get together soon.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.